They said the forest behind Grandma's house was haunted. Not with ghosts, but with Labubu, the trickster creature with a stitched smile and yellow eyes that never blink. Lena didn't believe it. She was 12, too old for fairy tales, too old for silly warnings. So when Grandma said, "Never look in a mirror after sunset in this house," Lena just rolled her eyes. That night, bored and curious, she found an old handheld mirror tucked into a drawer in the attic. It was heavy and cold, etched with strange vines and faces. She checked her reflection, nothing strange, until she blinked. Reflection didn't. It just grinned wide and too many teeth. Lena dropped the mirror. It didn't break, and it landed with a thud and rolled, stopping at her feet. Her reflection was gone, but now Labubu was staring back. His eyes were gold and glimmering, stitched mouth twitching with delight. Then a whisper. "Let's play." The attic light flickered. Lena backed away, heart pounding. The mirror pulsed like it was breathing. Then Labubu stepped out, not a reflection, but flesh. Tall and lanky, fur matted with leaves and dirt, claws clicking on the wooden floor. She ran, but the attic door slammed shut. "Hide and seek," it whispered, crawling upside down along the ceiling. She screamed. The next morning, Grandma found the attic door wide open, the mirror cracked on the floor. No Lena, just a smear of tiny handprints on the wall, and in the mirror. A girl's face, pressing silently behind the glass, screaming without sound, and over her shoulder, Labubu grinning. "Your turn," it whispered. From the moment Lena had entered the attic, she knew the mirror would be trouble. Its ornate silver frame seemed to writhe like a spider-esque legs, and the glass surface rippled like water disturbed by a stone. But it was the etchings along the border that truly unsettled her. Faces leered out at her from behind twisting vines, their expressions twisted in silent screams. A low growl rumbled in Lena's chest. She wanted to run, to get as far away from that mirror as possible. But something held her there, some morbid fascination that compelled her to explore further. She lifted the mirror and stared into its depths. At first, she saw only her own reflection staring back, her face pale and drawn in the dim oil lamplight. But as she gazed into the swirling depths of the glass, the image shifted. The girl in the mirror was no longer herself. Gone was the familiar room behind her, replaced by the gnarled branches of a haunted forest. And standing in the clearing, or rather sitting, was Labubu. Lena gasped, dropping the mirror. She scrambled backwards, knocking over a nearby stool. But Labubu did not move. It sat perfectly still in the clearing, its head cocked to the side as if observing her with unnerving intensity. Its stitched grin stretched impossibly wide, revealing teeth that were far too sharp and numerous to belong to any creature Lena had ever seen. Fear threatened to consume her, but Lena forced herself to stand up. She had to do something, anything, to escape the suffocating grip of terror that had her in its grasp. She stumbled out of the attic, the memory of those soulless yellow eyes seared into her mind. "Ah!" She could hear Labubu's mocking laughter echoing through the halls, each cackle sending fresh shivers down her spine. Racing through the house, she searched for her grandmother. For anyone who could help her, who could banish the creature back to wherever it had come from. But she was too late. Labubu had already slipped past her, weaving through the shadows with an ease that made Lena's blood run cold. Trapped and alone, Lena knew she had to confront her fear. With trembling hands, she reached for the attic stairs, each step creaking ominously beneath her weight. As she ascended, the air grew colder, the shadows deeper. Finally, she reached the attic door, its weathered wood a barrier between her and the unknown horrors that lay beyond. Taking a deep breath, she pushed the door open and stepped inside. But the attic was empty. Labubu had vanished. Or had it been waiting for her all along? Lena shuddered, her gaze falling upon the ornate mirror propped against the wall. Its surface rippled like disturbed water, and within its depths, she saw not her own reflection, but the haunting visage of Labubu. The creature's grin widened, revealing its sharp, jagged teeth. One eye gleamed, a malevolent yellow orb that seemed to pierce through Lena's very soul. In that instant, Lena understood. The mirror was not merely a portal, it was a prison. And she had unwittingly unleashed a nightmare into the world.